Okay, we are back. Alright, so Foxglove's turn.
She's going to move into one of the fish person's squares and make an attack roll and does not pass.
Nope, that's a 2. Okay, Viper, what are you gonna do? You just watched as two of the fish people choked to death on hair, weirdly. Very strange since they don't have
Um,
any.
yeah, that's pretty fucked
A
up.
mystery who did that.
However, there is this creepy doll on my back, and I'm going to shift us 5 feet that
Yay!
away.
Piggyback rides.
And I'm going to attempt to take a weapon from this one. Disappear.
Give me those. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Whatever they currently have equipped, I guess. And what is that?
Huh. So I'm gonna say that their weapons have the aquatic quality.
Whoa! That's
I rolled a 20. It's a 29 on the disarm.
Okay.
I don't know if you even can crit on a disarm.
I don't think you can. I think it's or that you actually I think it's that you get the weapon in hand or something like that. But I mean,
Well, I just do that, so
yeah,
no action dice necessary.
yeah. So something I just realized is that according to the base rules, none of these things weapons, like the way they're set out, none of their weapons have the aquatic quality.
Oh yeah, so it's all like tools for fighting in water.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say that all of their stuff has aquatic because that just
That would make sense.
yeah. Yeah, okay, so you what does it look like as you swipe the machete from this thing's hand? Or are you grabbing its harpoon?
I prefer to take the machete if possible.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. What would that look like?
Whale just rolled over, it was clinging on and was the only one to keep on the whale as that happened.
She just kind of scoots up next to it. Like, have you ever had a friend floating on a float in the pool, and you're kind of next to them, and you just sort of kick them in the butt under the water?
No.
And
I don't know why that's what I thought of, but that's what I thought of. And she just sort of does that, except it's to the hilt of the machete.
okay.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
So she just kind of boops it up in the out of their hand and grabs it.
Oh, that's so cool. It sounded sarcastic, but it was not.
And then attempts to cut the rein on the whale.
Oh, and you've still got the other machete in hand. I mean, I know you've got the hands to spare, but just
Nah, I'm gonna say I let that one sink with the one it was embedded in.
oh. Oh no, that one, the one that you hit with it got killed.
I know I didn't kill it with it, but I'm just gonna say
Oh right, and
tried.
I was gonna say, and then but the body was probably still on the whale, but the whale rolled. So yeah, you're right. It absolutely did sink. Okay.
So I'm going to attempt to cut the reins off of the whale.
Okay. Hmm. I don't think that needs a roll. Because no one has the reins in hand. The whale isn't going to try and stop you.
Okay.
So like yeah, that'll still be you're basically doing a handle item action of cutting through the reins, which are those big like kelp rope
Right.
that are attached to bone spikes that have been jabbed into the whale.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm doing.
All right, you cut those reins.
actions.
Be free, whale. V, what are you gonna do?
Well, I've reloaded my musket, and I'm gonna
Nice.
take aim at the one from before, so I get a +2 to it. And
Gentleman Moose, hold him down.
yeah, I mean, they are technically flanked.
Did either of
And-
you move?
For which, what?
Did
I mean, Moose technically did.
no? Did you or the fish person move?
I don't think so.
No, they did not.
Is that contingent on movement?
No, it's just I don't know how this happened. I guess I was counting weirdly before, but you're now within 40 feet.
Right.
So you no longer have a range penalty.
Fantastic.
Oh, it's because the last shot was with the Derringer, which has a 30-foot.
Right.
Yeah. So I am going to take a second to aim, which will bring me up to a +3 to hit.
And then you also have the +2 height bonus because you're in the crow's nest.
So it's +5. Come down to musket. Go gadget. Roll a die, which is 8. So it's a 13.
Dang it.
You gonna spend any action dice?
I don't have any action dice left to spend.
Oh, that's too bad. That is a miss, unfortunately.
I'm gonna continue to reload then.
Sorry, did Viper have all of her moves?
Disarm and then cutting the reins.
But isn't that a handle item?
I do not get a free handle item because I only have 4 arms and not 6.
Oh, okay. Only 4 arms.
Yeah.
Okay, so V, you go back to reloading your musket. Yeah, I guess that's the issue with those guns. They hit like a truck, but if you don't hit, you don't hit. It is a good thing that you have that one, the relentless attack. That helps out some when you miss. Okay, Meat Boy's no longer here, so it's the Sea Devil's turns. What are they gonna do? Yeah, I think that the two on the whale with the moose are going to attack the moose. They are
What?
yes.
I want to know if that sentence has ever been said by anyone before.
Will the fish people on the whale attack the moose? Probably. Okay, so they are just going to use their machetes, which are in hand. They're like freaking out because there's a giant moose. They've never seen one of these before, probably. They've got a megafauna on their megafauna, so they're gonna try and solve this with machetes. So they're making 4 attacks on Gentleman Moose. What's Gentleman Moose's defense?
9.
Oof. So that's 4 hits on Gentleman Moose. And those machetes have armor piercing too, so they ignore Gentleman Moose's damage reduction. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll the damage collectively, which will be 48 plus 8. Gentleman Moose takes 30 points of damage.
Ouch.
Oh, well, that kills Gentleman Moose.
Well, not yet, actually.
No, it knocks Gentleman Moose unconscious. So.
I mean, okay.
6, and then. So Gentleman Moose is at -4 health, 4 wounds. So basically each turn Gentleman Moose will lose 1 point of health, and then when he reaches -10, he dies. He
Cool
bleeds
beans.
out. But for now, he just lets out a big groan and then collapses on his side on the whale. as these things shout in triumph at having felled the mighty beast.
I would too, I guess.
Yeah. It's the crew's turn.
Hey, Viper, do you have hurled proficiency?
I do. Where do you want to be next?
Next turn, I'd like to be on Gentle Moose so I can cast a healing spell on him.
Okie doke.
Oh, cheers.
Okay. Hanar is...
Also, we need to incorporate that more into combat. You just throwing me at people, please.
Agreed.
Hanar is going to continue reloading her boarding pistol. She is not nearly as fast at it as V is, because she only got two hands. And
defective.
Greta feels she's been having pretty good luck, and is going to shoot one arrow at each of these sea devils. And that is a miss on the first one, and a miss on the second one. Her arrows just continue to splash all around them. Ink, having no more bombs at this time, is going to continue hiding because she has no ranged weapons. Which as a point in the future, I will let y'all spend money to upgrade the gear of your crew. If you want to be like, hey, we're buying everyone, I don't know, crossbows or something.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, Dorothy, what are you going to do?
I'm going to magic missile the one in front of me, the one to the side of me, and the one next to Gentleman Moose. Like, immediately next, not under Foxglove. Or on top of Foxglove.
Oh, hold on a second. Sorry. I just realized that I only did the attacks for the two sea devils next to Gentleman Moose, not the ones by you and Viper.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So this one is going to move back on top of the whale and move here. And
That's a full action. To mount and dismount?
Okay, it's going to swim over here.
Actually.
Because they have superior swimmer like 7 or something.
Yeah, they just scoot.
Yep. And then you took that one's machete. This one still has its machete and shield. So it is going to make one attack on Viper, and then the other one is going to make 2 harpoon attacks on Viper. So first the machete, which misses, and then the 2 harpoon attacks also miss, including 1 critical error. Does anyone want to activate that?
Yeah, sure. I'll spend a die on that.
Okay. Do you want to sprawl or disarm this one? I figure you like grab that harpoon and give them a shake, and either they let go and lose the harpoon, or you shake them and they fall to the ground, but they hold on to the harpoon.
Let's see. I don't really need the harpoon, so
You're sprawling them?
yeah. When they thrust it at me, I sort of grab it and yank it towards me real quick, and then push it back at them, and they fall over.
Tumble backwards, yeah. Okay, Dorothy, now you can go.
Yeah.
One of them is sprawled.
Right. So magic missile. So I'll see if I'll make my will save. I make my will save. So yeah. The one in front of us, the one beside us, and the one not engaged with Foxglove. So that's a 5, and a 4.
Okay. 4. Oh, wait. Oops. I I forgot to take into account these things' armor. Okay. So. Alright, so for the one that is sprawled, it needs to make DC 15. It does not.
That one had been having a bad time.
Yeah, is it choking again? Is that the same?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one needs to beat 11. It does not. And the last one also needs to beat 11. It does.
Okay. So.
All right. That's 2 more dead and 1 whale completely free of sea devils.
I guess I'll target that one, the one I just attacked again with an intimidate check. I'm just gonna crack my whip. It's a spooky sound.
Very loud snap noise is spook. Yes.
But I'm going to crack it in the air and not on Viper's back. She's letting me ride her back. I am not like trying to tame her. The thing is,
Good luck anyway.
I'll get you one day, girl.
It's not weird.
It's kind of weird. So I got a 13.
All right. It does not make its resolve check.
Okay, and then for 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay, so it needs to beat a 13. It does not. It panics. And it's just like, fuck this. I just pulled a bunch of, I don't know what this stuff is out of my mouth. I don't know what that glowing thing over there is, but it's making loud noises. This shit's too weird. I'm walking home, and it dives into the water.
No, it's dead. You can't say it goes away. It's gone. It's on my conscience forever.
I mean, mechanically, it's effectively dead, but
Yeah. Look, we don't want any survivors ratting us out, so.
yeah. Okay, and that's your turn. What's Foxglove gonna do?
2 bites on the one she's on top of. Now, her bite has finesse. Does that add also to attack bonus, or is that just the damage bonus?
It's been a while. Character
Yeah.
uses the higher of strength or dexterity when rolling the weapon's damage.
Okay. So 19? Oh, that's a crit. I'll activate it.
Okay, how does Foxglove kill this fellow?
Well, bites a huge chunk out of it and it just bleeds out.
Yeah, okay, so this rat takes a chunk out of this thing's neck, and it...
It didn't reach the neck. It's just going for like the arteries in the legs.
Okay, it bleeds out from a femoral artery wound on next to Gentleman Moose. This whale is just covered in blood, just soaked in blood. This whale.
And then Foxglove is gonna go on to Gentleman Moose and keep it warm.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
Foxglove pats Gentleman Moose on the back and says, "They're there."
Okay, I need a notice check from the 3 of you.
Hey, 4 of us.
"26."
I got 19. Foxglove has 17. Or, sorry, 15.
I got a 15.
Okay. So yeah, all of you see, like, as this fight is winding down, you see that remember, there was a 3rd whale with a crew of these fish folk that went off to harass the flock of birds.
Look, we clearly don't remember.
And they were on their way back, having heard the sounds of fighting breaking out. And they see that y'all have just, like, cleared things out, and they're like, oh, fuck. And they have, like, made a sharp 90-degree turn and are no longer heading towards you. They are heading elsewhere.
Do we
So,
pursue?
actually, I think less that they are heading elsewhere, and they give you like a wide berth, but are like go around you essentially. So yes, and are heading south, which is the same direction y'all were headed.
How convenient.
So yes,
Motherfucker.
what do you all want to do?
I need
Combat's
to get
over.
We need to tend to this moose.
Yeah, I need to get my moose back on deck.
Okay.
Oh, and we're still in whisper conversation.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, so what do we do about Gentleman Moose? I could heal him, or do you have a doctor's kit, Madame V?
If I bought one a couple of sessions ago, which I don't remember whether I did or not, but I didn't write it down if I did.
You did.
I did.
I also have one. So.
I suspect he will need all the help that we can give him.
Well, Viper, if you pull out the bone bits out of these whales, I could probably heal the wounds instantly.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, so is someone is using medicine on Gentleman Moose?
Yes. And the doctor's kit doesn't. It just makes it so that you can do that without a penalty, right?
Yes, so you can get more than a 15, but you also have a -2 penalty for treating an animal. Because cross-species medicine is confusing.
Sure.
You're tending Gentleman Moose and like, where's the capillaries?
Where's the bark?
I also have Man of Reason.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So as long as I don't crit fail,
You get a 21.
So yeah, I'm just gonna roll that thing that I said, and I didn't get a crit fail. I got
Yeah.
a 16.
There you
So-
go. Okay, so that was stabilizing a dying character. So the character stabilizes one dying special character at 0 wound points. Yes. So Gentleman Moose is no longer bleeding out, but is now at 0 wounds. Oh, poor Gentleman Moose. So what does it look like as you bandage up his machete wounds?
I think it's like, I think it's just sort of taking some thread and sewing up the biggest gashes and patching those over with poultices, and I think speaking the whole time, being oh, Gentleman Moose, you did such a good job. Look at you. Jumped it right into the ocean. It was such a silly fall, really, but you did great. You did wonderfully.
So doing emotional care as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a good boy.
Yeah. So just so no one is concerned. Well, I mean, this sounds. That was a bad way to put it. What I mean is that mechanically, if you were concerned, if your animal companion dies because you're the lancer, they replaced at no cost.
Yeah.
So.
Well, at the start of the next adventure.
Yeah.
And it is a reputation cost, actually.
No, not for the lancer.
Oh.
That's what their lifetime companion ability does.
They don't care about their companion. People just expect them to die, I guess.
Gentleman Moose 2.
Even moosier. Moose with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you stabilize Gentleman Moose, and then you're taking those bone and coral spikes out of the whales, Viper?
Yeah. If Dorothy says she can do this, then yeah.
Okay, Dorothy, just give me one spellcasting check.
Okay. Let me just double check. Sorry. Sorry. I just want to check something. DC 16. Yeah. Even if I roll a 1, I'll succeed. So there we go. But I will roll my little save, which I pass. So okay.
All right, yeah. So you tend to these whales and you take out the spikes out of them, and they are grateful. They're very confused by what is happening, but they're glad to have these things out of them. Although they're confused not just by what you are doing to them, but also confused by the absence of those things because they've lived with them for probably most of their lives. There was a good amount of old scar tissue built up around these spikes. Pulling them out was not like removing a splinter, it was like taking out someone's piercing.
But with magical healing.
Yes, it was definitely a cleaner affair than it could have been.
Can we say that it heals over? Because with the magical with Cure Wounds 1, I heal either 10 damage on a standard character or 10 vitality or 1 wound on a special character, and I feel like closing a big piercing like that would count as a wound. Yeah. And I casted it twice on both sides, so.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
I just like the symbolism.
What does it look like as you cast this healing spell?
I think my hands get very like stove hot red as I touch the skin, and then the skin just starts forming around and filling in.
Okay.
Because it's a touch spells.
Okay. I remember one of these whales had a full load of fish underneath it. I don't recall whether it was one of these two or the one that went away. Do any of y'all?
No.
Couldn't say.
Okay. I'm going to say it's the one that went away.
Okay.
Like,
less the logistic story about.
Yeah. Also, I think it was. So yeah, what do you?
I would argue though that they take their successful hunt into battle.
It wasn't.
I don't know that they were planning on this being a battle.
No, this wasn't a battle, but they went to go to the birds.
They were just shooting water from the whale at the flock. They weren't throwing their harpoons at them.
Okay.
Yeah. Whale Lord used water gun.
And I'm gonna crawl into Viper's backpack.
Well, backpack's still on the ship, but
Into your pocket. I'm in your pocket.
Inside my shirt or something if you really wanted to be. But
Yes.
That seems invasive of personal space.
it's fine.
What's personal space?
Okay, so I think Hanar comes over to the side of the ship and she calls out to you, V. Is that the last of them?
It is for now. The other crew seems to be headed the same direction that we are, so I wouldn't count them out necessarily, but for now, this seems to be the end of it.
That does bode ill.
Would like to escort these whales with us to the creche.
she like gives you a strange look and then just salutes and says, "Aye, Captain." And she like looks around at the like 3 blood splashes where your lost crew members were.
Uh-huh.
And she starts ordering people around to start cleaning things up and getting the sails set up.
Well, listen, if maybe this is to Viper, which is like if these whales don't know how to whale, the place that they're gonna learn is the place where they would learn anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it
Yeah,
really is the
yeah.
best place.
Viper's definitely doing her best to convince them to follow us.
Should we ask the whales to retrieve the bodies of our fallen so that the crew can have a proper burial ceremony? Or should we just live and let live?
There's a whale, sorry, like a cry of despair you hear as the 3 of you are like thinking about this with your whisper spell or looking at each other, hollering across the water, and you look back at the ship, and there's Ahmed on the deck, and Hanar like is standing next to him, and he is just like sobbing and screaming, and he's on his knees. And
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
because Amel was his twin brother.
That would do it.
Yeah.
Question is, can we get this whale to agree to help with that, or even understand what I'm asking?
Well, you speak whale, so I will let you roll something other than survival or ride. But you can also roll those if you want to treat it like an animal.
I have no interest in doing either one of those.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. So maybe impress is the way to go here.
Yeah. Give me a roll.
Which my skill in that is not great, but it's better than the other 2 for sure.
Hey!
Yep, and that's 0 ranks, so it's a 15.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is the non-actor the one with the best impress, guys?
The whale. What do you tell the whale?
I don't know how do you phrase this? How many was it? 3 of them that went over?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll say that we need help to get our friends back because they can't swim.
Okay. The whale sort of communicates of like, oh, strange child, and goes to fetch the bodies, and then like basically noses them back up to the surface one at a time, and says like describes them as stillborn. To you, I don't think the whales have like words in a sense. I think that they probably communicate like, yes, with whale song, but more of like concepts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially because they didn't grow up actually talking to anyone.
exactly, especially this generation.
Ugh, this generation.
They speak in
Millennial
emojis.
whales.
Whale emojis. Yeah, okay, so they fetch the bodies for you, and you lay them out on the deck, And Ahmed, who's known for having a mean streak and being a like flashy and kind of a
You can just call him a douchebag. That's fine.
yeah, okay, that works. Yeah. He's just like on his knees cradling his brother's body, just like sobbing quietly now. There's definitely a lot of like, Rigsy had friends here from the Punch Bowl, and Zalv, I don't know how well Zalv knew anyone else on the ship, but they were certainly getting to know the other actual sailors on board. And even though it's only been a couple of hours, like, people were getting acquainted with each other and, well, like, crewing the ship and preparing for the first voyage. Things were, they were working together. And so there's a lot of sad faces and a few tears, but really Ahmed, the Kadam, is the one who really voices the despondency of lost family. I think Ink's the Ink's sisters, Chicanery and Shredder, they are like they once they come up, they are so worried about Ink. Because they heard one of her bombs go off, but they're so glad that she's okay, and she's like expressing that she feels kind of useless because she like threw her bomb and then didn't have anything to do and just hid. And both her sisters are like, well, that was fucking smart, good on you. But she like feels bad about it because Greta was out there just standing in the open, just plunking arrows away at these things.
MVP, honestly.
Yeah, especially since, she missed her bomb. And she's pretty sure, like, the only reason she wasn't dragged overboard was because she wasn't, she was a few feet behind Zalv. Right? Like, she's definitely got some survivor's guilt going on here. Because this is not the kind of situation she's used to. She's like a chemist. Right? So yeah, Hanar's sort of grimly going about the business of like keeping the ship going, and Greta is, you get the sense that Greta feels proud of how she comported herself during this, but like, doesn't, it has the sense not to brag.
Yeah.
She's just going to be quietly proud of her work. Yeah. Okay.
I think the Punch Bowl gang of the fighters, which would be me and Lance and Mabel and, well, would have been Rigsy.
Yeah.
Have ourselves a little group hug.
Yeah, I'm gonna disguise myself again and go to Ahmed. Is it Ahmed or
Yeah.
his? Okay, Ahmed. Yeah. And I guess do a comm check on them.
Yeah. Okay. So that's medicine,
Okay. Well,
I
first let me
believe.
make sure I'm not tainted from disguising myself. Save.
Yes, it is medicine.
Yeah. I'm not tainted. Hey, no taint at all so far. This is suspicious. Oh, I got a critical failure, which kind of suits Dorothy, I guess. Oh no.
Oh no. With a critical failure, this target suffers 1d6 stress damage.
Oh no, Dorothy, no, you try. This is why you don't help people. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Ahmed takes 5 stress damage.
Wow.
And, let's see. He's a cut purse. Let me check his damage save.
Sorry about it.
Did I not put it in here? You know what? He's probably got a +2. He needed to beat a 12, and he got a 13.
Good.
Okay.
I didn't kill Number.
Yeah. To be clear, I wouldn't have had him, like, go below decks and commit suicide or something.
No, I just imagined the stress of the day. Just he had a heart murmur or something.
Retiring from the crew permanently.
Yeah, that's what he would have done. Is like he just would have refused to work and then left the ship. But no, I think he slaps your hand away as you try and comfort him.
Yeah, Dorothy probably says something to like, well, all of my blood relatives are dead, so I get how you feel. I get it. Sucks, I guess. I don't know. You good, buddy? No one's good.
Yeah.
No one's ever been good.
At least he's not sparked.
So, question, Dorothy,
At least he's not a zombie.
what form did you take?
I took the form of human Dorothy.
Okay. I believe it was Odd who saw that form go overboard and drown.
No, saw me go overboard.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna go. It was Nyx who saw me.
Okay, it was Nyx. All right.
Yeah, but I was gonna go to Nyx and be like, "I'm good. Also, you're not gonna see me for the rest of the trip. Bye." But I didn't want to like put weight on their soul. So.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Once you move away from Ahmed, they definitely come over and they're like, "I'm so glad you're okay. I was worried that, you went overboard, and you were tied up. It looked like."
All went according to plan. Don't worry.
Okay.
Now, you may not see me again.
What?
This is normal and fine. I keep to myself a lot, so I'm glad I could check in with you and let you know that you didn't cause my death. Good on you.
Well, you should join us in the mess. Just, be part of the crew.
Big ship. It ain't that big.
I'll see you around. My spell now lasts 40 minutes. Ooh la la.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Ahmed wants to really see me. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give Hanar, Ink, and Greta 1 XP each for participating in this.
Yay!
So they, because they are NPCs, their XP value goes up by 1. So they can actually get a fairly large boost from just a single XP. And that's what I'm going to do with the crew, is if they participate in, like, problem solving, overcoming obstacles, I will give any named NPCs involved 1 XP.
Can the whales become part of our crew? If we promise not to use them in battle.
I mean, they can. I'm just trying to think of, like...
Seems like it would probably take some...
Yeah, it's going to take some impress...
feats. Yeah.
Like, they can absolutely join the crew. It's going to take some impress checks. Or the promise of, like, some form of payment, right? Which, I mean... could just be like going to whatever shrimp fishermen are in Enclave and be like, Hey, I need 1
It's
ton
your
of
lucky
shrimp.
Dale. It's your
I need all the krill you got, buddy.
Yeah.
fuck me up.
But yeah, you can absolutely hire these 2 whales
Yay.
as part of the crew, because they're like they're smart enough to join you if Viper can convince them. Because like they need to learn a new way of living, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're not going to be able to go back to doing what they have been doing. That's for sure.
yeah.
You have to get new jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else anyone wants to do in this scene?
I guess as someone who is being called the captain fairly regularly, I should say something to the crew. About how that went. You know, it sucked to lose people, but honestly, against as the first encounter with this crew, the first sailing encounter out of Enclave for a decade, this was against a crew of seasoned pirates. Basically, we should take heart going forward. Yeah, that's the broad strokes of it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's an impress. What is that?
Yeah, that's absolutely impressive. Unless you're lying to them.
No, I'm just really excited to get a fucking crit 1 on this. Oh, it's a 22. That'll do.
Nice.
Can I also gas up Madame V?
Sure.
I'm your hype man now.
You also got to roll impress.
Yeah. And I'm also saying I'm tapping one of the kegs.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
In respect. 19.
Okay, so that'll be a 23 then. Yeah, you've gathered the crew together on the deck of the ship, and you give them a short speech about it was a fairly good showing in spite of the losses, as you said. And yeah,
And
the
the
crew.
Dorothy's like, let's get drunk.
Yeah, the crew is like heartened by this. You know, it's a lot of like y'all have only been out at sea for a couple of hours.
No, it's been a couple of days.
Oh
No, wait. No. Huh. Yeah, it sucks.
Very fucking funny.
Yeah. I'm gonna take us back over to the world map.
Let's get drunk.
We're an hour out from Enclave.
I too can eat and drink, fellow humans.
You're probably a bit more than an hour out, but yeah, you're not that far out. What's the speed of this ship again? Galley. Travel speed of 6. So, yeah, you are. Let's see. That's 1, 2. 48 divided by 6. That's 8. You're like 8 hours out from Enclave. So, I mean, not exactly a short distance out, but
certainly first day. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So, does
Yeah, I'm gonna take Gentleman Moose down to where he's like on. Well, first of all, on to the ship again, and then down, probably under the deck or something where he can be comfortable. and I don't know how many medicine checks I can do on a
It's one per day.
one per day, so I'll wait till tomorrow to give him a chance to rest, I guess.
Yeah. We'll look up the natural healing rules off stream.
It's 1 vitality per hour, 1 wound per day.
Well, okay then. And I think you can speed that up with mend checks or something like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Also, he gets tons of treats.
Yes. Carrots for days.
Yeah.
Who would you say are the heads of our crew?
Hanar,
Yeah.
Maybell, and Baramy. They were the 3 that you had at the townhouse, like doing last minute organization. Maybell is like in charge of training people for combat. Baramy's your quartermaster / cook, and Hanar is the head sailor, the bosun, I guess.
Okay, let's pull up those what are they called? One of the charts for like disposition charts. Let's pull up those rules again. Because
V is just did
Dorothy has some social manipulation to do.
well, I'd like to be able to like be my actual self on the ship. And I know that like sailors are very superstitious, and I mean no one really likes creepy dolls. So I'm just gonna like try to like ease it in and raise up their levels, and maybe I can get them as contacts or as allies.
Are you just gonna like keep casting
So, what do you think about creepy dolls? I think they're fine, actually.
Are you just gonna keep casting that disguise spell on yourself, but slowly make yourself smaller and more doll-like with each casting?
What do you mean? I've always been like this.
Just bit by bit. Like 2
No.
months in, you're like a foot shorter, and you got these weird seams around your limb, around like your joints.
That's stupid. Of course not. I'm just gonna change their opinion on creepy ass dolls. I'm just gonna get them to get to know me, and then like, oh, by the way, you guys, Scooby Doo it, except I guess the opposite of Scooby Dooing. Scooby Doning. I'm gonna Scooby Don it.
Take off the normal human disguise, and it's actually a terrifying supernatural monster.
Yeah, so, I've been a monster this whole time, but I'm still the same old me.
Just debate them in the marketplace of ideas. Yeah, okay.
So disposition is on 379, and then they kind of have it split up. I'm gonna make a whole like GM screen for you for disposition and NPC bullshit that I like to do. So impress. It's an impress check to see how many points on the disposition scale that you go up, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me skills. There we go.
Influence, page 74.
Thank you.
Their disposition increases by half the difference between their resolve and your impress.
Okay. So, I guess for each 3 of them.
That was a roll.
Why don't people like me?
That was actually a roll for the crowd as a whole in relation to V's speech. That's what I was rolling for. So while they are like they feel heartened by V's speech, their like disposition towards V does not improve any.
But she got 1 over that.
That is true. It slightly improves.
Because we got him drunk.
Yeah.
I helped. I did help. Yay.
Yeah. You did. The fact I can't believe they rolled a 22 on that to resist being impressed by V.
You'd have to get a nat. You'd
I
have to
hate
crit
being
to.
impressed.
But you have to crit in order not to be impressed by V. I think.
And
Anyway.
you're working on Bear Me, Hanar, and
Maybell. Yep. So 23, 15, and 28.
Okay, so Bear Me likes you 13 more. Hanar likes you 1 less. And Maybell likes you 7 less.
Yeah, it's fair. Wait, what do you...
No, I'm not serious about their disposition going down. That's not what happens.
Yeah. Well, I rolled 23, 15, and 28. And you rolled a 10, 16, 17.
Oh, 28. Yeah, sorry. I don't know
How
what...
dare you?
Yeah, okay. So
Charming as fuck.
so Maybell and Bear Me like you more. Hanar is unimpressed.
Why haven't I seen you before? Where did you come from? I sense I sense extreme monster energy coming from you.
Yeah. So yes, and Sasha, while you're away from the mic, I rolled a resolve check for the crew as a whole to see what they thought of the speech. They got a 22 as well. So you beat them by 1 because of Dorothy's assistance. So they like you a little bit more.
Well, hooray!
Yes, they wouldn't have liked you less if they beat you, but like, you know, you're getting their trust a little bit.
Well, it always helps to pop open a keg
Yeah.
for morale.
Okay. And then for XP, let's see, that was 3 groups of Sea Devils. So, let's see, and they were 73 XP for each group, which is actually about the same as each group of birds. And then you're all level 4. So you all get 876 XP.
One more time?
876
Okay.
for overcoming those 3 groups of Sea Devils, split into 2 groups.
That'll put us at 3,942 total.
Hell yeah. Did my math right.
Okay. So, let's see, it is 4 hours per hex that you move. So let's say you left it like a little bit after dawn because there's that crowd you had to deal with. So we'll call that 6 a.m. I think that's fair. So that's 10. And then 2. So it's about 2 p.m. now. So yes. Yeah, so you continue sailing on, so that's 2, 6 to there, and then ships, you know, they have night watches. They don't stop sailing just because it gets dark. So 6 p.m., 10 p.m., 2 a.m.,
I'm going to
6 a.m.
I'm gonna stay up with Greta as she works overnight. Well, I'm going to attempt to, and then actually just fall asleep.
Great.
6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m. So it has now been 24 hours since the fight. So Gentleman Moose heals 1 wound and 24 vitality. Same goes for all of you.
Oh, additionally, since it's been 24 hours since the fight, and also I had that like half a day in the hold, could I say that I have been um, crafting because I said I was crafting the armor for my riding dog?
Yep, sure.
I'll do those details off stream.
I'd like to make breakfast for everyone.
Okay. And do you also want to make a mend check for Gentleman Moose?
I would also like to do that, yes. So, oh, I forgot. No, I don't. Well, I can do the medicine first because that's the one that I remember the most immediately.
Oh, it's all medicine checks to heal. So 14, but you have that ability. So you automatically get a 15. So Gentleman Moose will heal 2d6, split evenly between vitality and wound points.
She's hey.
Hey, so 6 to each.
All right. I don't know. Does that bring him up to 7 wounds? And then I don't know how many vitality.
24 plus 6, so 30 vitality.
Sweet.
And then you can also, because there's been enough time, you can also do a treatment check. Because you've had 2 hours of downtime, which is basically like you know, aid the natural healing of Gentleman Moose.
Okay. Is that another medicine, or is that something else?
Yes, it is also another medicine check.
Okay.
Viper also could use some help.
So that is you rolled a 2, so you did not get a crit error.
No.
Very close though, which would have negated your special ability and caused this to be a failure. But you succeed, so the natural healing rate for Gentleman Moose actually triples.
Hell yeah.
So he gains another 2 wound points and is probably at full vitality, I'm guessing.
Yes, has been. Yes.
Yeah.
30 to 30. On the mend.
Yeah. And you're also treating Viper, it sounds like.
I'm happy to do so.
It'd be nice. She does have like 8 stab wounds. So
Then yeah, the treatment for that as a 21.
Yeah, so that successfully gives a treatment. So your natural healing is tripled, Viper. So you get 3 wounds, and then 3 times 24. I'm sure you're full vitality.
yeah, I'm full vitality. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times can I cast my mend spell on Viper? My cure wound spell.
That depends upon how many spell points it costs.
1?
So how many spell points do you have per... I don't know the rules around spell points very well.
I refresh each scene.
All of your spell points?
Mhm.
Oh. Okay, then I guess it's just a matter of how many taint checks you want to... Well, I mean, it's by scene. So I think that we can, like, do this whole travel sequence as one montage.
Okay.
So...
Okay, how many wounds do you need, Viper?
I'm currently at 12 of 19.
Okay.
So I've got 7 points
Okay.
hurdy ouchie.
Yes. So, again, I don't have to roll for it, because even if I critically fail, I succeed. So, yeah, I cast it 7 times. You're all healed up. So now to cast my will save 7 times. Oh, wait.
Boy,
How much wounds does it heal?
1.
just
Oh.
one. Yeah.
Let me double check about the DC. For...
Pretty sure 10's gonna be a failure.
Yeah. I'll cast it. DC 10 plus spell points used. So that is DC 11, so I failed the first one.
And then
This
that'll...
one grade.
yeah.
And that'll affect you. Then second one I fail.
Yikes.
Third one I fail.
How many grades are you at?
Okay. No. Viper's gonna stop.
Okay,
after
so
the third.
so you only have 3 wounds healed then. I just start like well, I mean I have that image of what she
Yeah.
looks like before. Yes, she's looking pretty possessed and veiny and glowy. And you're like, I'm good. I guess.
Are you
I,
at
I don't
4
know. I
grades?
don't know how you're doing it, but um, the last one when you're looking particularly rough, Viper will just sort of pick you up and say, "Look, I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm good."
Yeah.
Thank
I mean her eyes are rolled back in her head, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's I can sense from the tone of your voice that you seem very stern right now, so I'll listen.
Okay. Are you at grade 4?
No,
3?
grade 3.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you got any grades during the fight.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, no, grade 4, I lose control of myself for the scene.
I think it's grade 5 you lose control.
No, it's grade 4.
Really?
It's weird.
Like, yes, we do not. We don't need a feral Dorothy on the ship.
Well, more feral.
Okay. All right. So as you approach the creche, someone calls out from the who's in the crow's nest. Let's see. We'll say it's Salome. Salome calls out, reefs ahead. And Viper, there are no reefs in this area. Like, I know you said that the creche was like sheltered, and like,
But this is just out in the open ocean.
yeah, like it's, and so you all look out over the bow of the ship, and you can indeed see like these spires of coral poking up just a bit through the water, and off in the distance you can see the water is choppy with motion. You are still like a couple hours out from approaching it. Who wants to give me a search check or investigate?
Investigate, I can do.
I can do an investigate check as well.
I can even talk to the whales about this area if it's necessary or helpful.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that for your investigate.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
23.
And Dorothy, you got a 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dorothy, you aren't able to pull up anything new.
I just look really intensely at the water.
Yeah. So what sort of things do you ask after with the whales, Viper?
Let's see. Have you ever been here before?
They describe this place as home, but with like a negative connotation.
Oh, I see. This is confirming my suspicions then that we have some squatters in the creche.
Yeah. What else do you want to ask them about?
Side of it. If they can say how big it is, how many there are living there. I'm not sure how much information a 23 gets you on an investigate. I know there's a chart for it.
Yeah, I mean, That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tell you that there's like many here. Um, they describe the sea devils as like uh, authority figures. Like there are many authority figures here, and that this is their home, and they describe when they say home for the authority figures, they describe that with a positive connotation, and describe like they give the sense of like there is infrastructure. They don't have the concepts to get more specific than that, but they're able to provide a sense that there is like development in this in the creche. Obviously, they don't call it the creche, but
Yeah. So either growing or building a city out of coral, huh? Wow. Can't say I saw that one coming.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to relay this information to people who are better at logistics than me, because I will just get us all killed.
And now I've added a town to the map where the creche is.
Hello, town.
Yep, because now you know about the sea devil. I'm not going to say it is a town or a city or an outpost. I don't think you have enough information to determine that at this time. But just that there is some kind of community of them living in the creche, and they have built up infrastructure in the area. And I think that is where we will leave it for tonight. So I'm going to take us back over to the talk screen. And thank you, everyone, so much for joining us on this whale-saving adventure. I have been your host and GM for this evening, Austin Ramsey. You can find me on Twitter at NotAnIn. As always, this stream is presented by You Don't Meet in an Inn, an actual play podcast about exploring obscure tabletop role-playing games with a diverse, rotating cast. You can find that wherever you get your podcasts from. If you would like to find any of my personal work, you can do so at austin-ramsey.itch.io, where you can find the games that I make, including my big one, Beam Saber, and all my work is on sale until July 1st, so probably not when you hear this. And this evening, I've been joined by Christine.
Hi, I've been Christine. I am the creator of You Don't Meet in an Inn, and sometimes I hang out at the Not an Inn Twitter, but usually not. Usually I'm just pretty quiet.
Thank you. Also with us this evening is Sasha.
Hey, I've been Sasha. You can find me on Twitter at Sasha_Now, and you can follow all my game dev stuff at TCabbage.
Thank you. And last but never least, Hadrian.
That's me. Find me on Twitter at Hadrian.
Sounded like you said fight me on Twitter.
You can do that too. I won't stop you. I will just block you.
Okay.
That is kind of stopping.
I'll roll total defense. Yep. Twitter at Hadrian. I do art. I play games. I've been painting some Gunpla, posting that. So come to me for all that nerd entertainment.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, and thank you all once again for joining us this evening. We will be back again next Friday at 6 p.m. EST for a continuation of our adventure, where we will find out what the crew does about this sea devil infestation in the creche. But until then, I just want to remind everyone, don't get sparked. See you later.